Hey family, it's Tasha MAMABEAR Prepping. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel where we just talk about emergency preparedness, different things that me and my family do, and hopefully that gives you and yours some ideas so that you can move forward with this life and journey of trying to be self-sufficient and do things for yourself. So outside right now, speaking of pets, I wanted to do a video on pets. Outside with my monkey, he's running around getting some fresh air. Beautiful morning. Everybody's in the house is still sleeping, so figured I'd just come out here and talk to you guys. I get this question quite a bit on animals, and hey, I just want to make sure I'm covering all my bases when it comes to my animals and preparedness and stockpiling. And to me, it's more of a common sense thing that you just think about, okay, what are the things that you do for you and your family, and then apply it to your pets, right? Max, get over here. He's messing with the chickens. I can hear him. Yeah, monkey. So basically, you know, the basics: food, water, meds. That's the very first thing, right? Stockpiling food, stockpiling, you're thinking about it in the same sense that you do for yourself. Canned goods over dried goods. You can get dried goods, but dried, like dog food, cat food, doesn't last forever, will go rancid. So you can't keep more than maybe even a year of that stuff, 6 months to a year of that stuff, of the dry stuff. And then you have canned options, and then you have, you know, preserved options as well. Making dog food, putting it in the freezer, or making dog food and pressure canning it, and finding other ways that you're going to be able to feed them. Making gardens and growing gardens for animals, to be able to feed them. You know, you can apply this video to pets, right? Cats, dogs, maybe a snake, birds, whatever you have in your house, and you can apply it to your livestock as well. So you got goats, cows, you know, ducks, chickens, whatever, right? So food, water, meds. The water thing, you know, you need to be thinking about really how much water do they do. Do a test and see. That was the puppy in the camera. You know, do a test, see and measure out exactly how much water you're giving them, so that you can really see how much they drink in a day and how much they drink in a hot day. You need to do that when it's super, super hot, and be measuring out and seeing how much really does your dog, for example, drink on a hot day, and you're making sure that you keep that water. Meds is huge. You know, a bunch of stuff just went off the market as far as being able to have the ability to just buy it, but you need all the things, flea stuff, whatever you can get your hands on. You think about an animal just like you do yourself, right? Think about head to toe, all the things. If you had eye problems, if you had an ear infection, if you had nose congestion, sickness, a headache, you got cut and you needed wound care, right? You needed some antiseptic, you needed bandages, you needed, so think about that with your animal. It's merely what you're doing is just going through fever reducer, upset stomach, all the things that you think about for yourself when you're not feeling well, and going to the animal. And if you're unsure of that, just go to a Petco, go to any animal place, go to their medicine aisle and just start looking for what they have, right? And especially like if your dog, just like people, it has some sort of medication that you have to get a prescription, just talk to your vet and see about getting prescribed that, so that you have some stockpile, right? We know that medicines and prescriptions are an issue with humans. It's the same thing right now. They're going through problems where you can't get stuff. And so just make sure that you're paying attention and you're getting the medical stuff you need. Next is hygiene. You know, what do you need to keep the dog clean? You need clippers, you need maybe some shears, you need some shampoo, some flea shampoo, some regular shampoos and conditioners. Like, what are the things that you need to take care of your dog? And you could do hygiene / sanitation with this, right? Pee pads and the bags for picking up poop, and you know, all the different things that you're going to need in order to possibly have your animal indoors 24/7 and need to still be using some sort of restroom. Next is shelter, right? Where are they living in the house? Maybe you have an animal that's not normally in the house and now something has happened and they're in the house. Or maybe they were a combination in the house, go outside, but now they're in the house all the time. And maybe it's a situation where you can't go outside and just let them go to the bathroom. So what are you doing to set that up? What area do you have designated off for them to sleep? What's their play area? What's their area where they're going to the bathroom? You know, do you have some plastic to put down? Do you have pee pads to put down? Maybe you have a kiddie pool. Maybe you have litter boxes. Maybe you have a kiddie pool with litter and you can train your dog to pee and poop in essentially a big litter box. Maybe it's a swimming pool, a little kiddie pool, but that's where you put all the pads in, and it's just a catchment, right? You train your dog to go in there, they pee on the pad or whatever, but if they miss whatever, it's not the end of the world, because you've got this plastic kiddie pool in there that's easy to clean up, basically, okay? There's different stuff you can do, astroturf and stuff like that, but a lot of that stuff is going to start stinking after a while, so it might not be a good option. But where are they going to be at? Is there a garage area? Is there a mud room? Is there whatever? But you got to think about shelter and what that looks like if animals can't go outside for whatever reason, right? What else? Hygiene, shelter, what's the necessities, right? What are the things that you get for your dog that you need to get all the time? You know, you got your leashes, you got a water bowl, you got, what else? The pee pads we just talked about, maybe a muzzle to keep the dog from barking. Maybe it's a situation where you need them to not bark, right? Maybe it's the calming peanut butter snacks, right? And then what is the feel goods? What are the comfort things that make your animal feel good? The toys that they need, the chew toys, the snacks, the extra food stuff, all of that extra comfort stuff that they like. Maybe it's extra blankets, or it's an extra bedding, or maybe it's just whatever it is for your dog. What do you have for them? You just think about the things you bought now and stockpile them. Make sure you have more of them, but think about the different areas when it comes to survival and our necessities and the things that we need: food, water, meds, shelter. We need hygiene. We need these things. We plan for, hey, if the septic system goes or something goes, an emergency toilet system, you should be thinking about the emergency toilet system for your pets, for your animals, and think and apply that, and think small. Think, okay, I'm gonna get a month's worth. Okay, then I'm gonna get 3 months worth. Okay, then I'm gonna get 6 months worth. And you just keep working up to give yourself options, because it's crazy on these streets right now. Never have we ever been notified more on the security notification board about animals, about people. You know, it used to be once in a blue moon you'd get a notification about, hey, we lost our cat or we lost our dog, and now it's just insanity every single day. It's tons of posts, and it's not even posts about, some of it's still lost animals. Hey, we've lost an animal, we've lost a dog, whatever. But a lot of it is just people notifying that, hey, whose dogs are these? I got these 2 dogs that come every day, they're roaming around, or whose dog is this, or whose cat is this, or and it's people reporting these animals because folks can't afford their pets. And so what they're doing is they're letting them go, and they're hoping they get food and fed somewhere else, or they're hoping they don't come home, you know, unfortunately, because it's another mouth to feed. You know, whatever it is, you have a lot of more animals on the street, and what's going to happen is those animals are going to turn feral, are going to turn dangerous, possibly as we move forward, as that desperation to get food, to find food and water happens, right? And so you got to be thinking about that in the future as we move forward with animals and people not being able to take care of them. And for you, you need to just move forward with stockpiling and making sure that you have all the things for whatever pet you have, and then apply this to livestock. I don't care if you have a homestead. You know how many homesteaders I know that do not like really stockpile, and that's important to do, right? It's important to stockpile as much, the bedding, the medicines, the vitamins, the nutrients, the feed, the whatever it is, everything stockpiled as much as you can forward. Growing gardens to feed and have other self-sufficiency ways to feed animals, you know, the day you can't get feed, right? So you can apply this to domestic pets or livestock. Okay, so anyway, I hope this video kind of answered some questions. This is kind of a common, you know, with this channel, there's common questions that I get a lot, and the pet thing is actually a pretty common concern, or, you know, an area that people want to know more about, just to make sure that they're covering down on their bases. I mean, there's going to be stuff I didn't mention in this video. Make sure you mention it in the comments. Go ahead and add whatever it is you want to add. Maybe it's a product you want to add, and just show people, hey, this was amazing, I got this here, and just share that information with everybody that's watching, for all the pet lovers. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a great 4th of July, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Bye.